Hey guys, in this video, we'll go over this week's Festa sales starting on December 12th, along with the 1+1 Pearl boxes coming back to the Pearl store, and my thoughts on these boxes. So let's get straight into the 1+1 Pearl boxes, as that's the headline item for this Festa sale and what most people care about. There are 4 of these 1+1 Pearl boxes being sold, the 10,000, 6,000, 3,000, and 1,000 8-coin boxes. All these sales are scheduled to end on January 2nd, so you do have a lot of time to decide whether or not to buy these boxes. Keep in mind, this video will use United States dollars as the real world currency, so for people who don't use USD, 10 USD is the same as 1,000 A coins, which is PA's currency before you buy pearls. For people who don't know about the 1+1 Pearl boxes, these are basically just getting double the number of pearls for the exact same price, or basically buying pearls at 50% off. Now, this isn't an exact double pearls, since the way pearl boxes work, you get more bonus pearls the higher tier of pearl boxes you buy, so you're losing about 15% of the bonus pearls if you buy the smallest $10 box compared to the $200 box. With that being said though, even the $10 1+1 box is way better than buying the $200 box at full price. As we can see, it's still a 42% discount in pearl price, as you're getting 200 pearls per dollar instead of 117 pearls per dollar. If you buy all the 1+1 pearl packs, in total it would be a 48% discount if you compare it to buying the $200 pearl box at full price, which is really good. For the rest of this video, we will treat it as rounded up double the pearls, but just know that if you only have a limited amount of money to spend, getting the higher denomination of pearl boxes first is going to be better because of these bonus pearls. Now, 50% off pearl boxes may sound nice, but how does this differ from other items on the Pearl store being sold for 50% off? The reason why 1+1 pearl boxes are just so good is because it stacks with these Pearl store sales. For example, if we look at a full price value pack, being sold for 1,500 pearls, if you bought these 1+1 pearl packs, your pearls would have an innate 50% off, which means that even if you buy pearl items at full price, all items would be 50% off. However, if the value pack itself was on the Pearl store for 50% off, only being 750 pearls, buying that with the 50% off pearls would make it a pseudo 75% discount, which is way higher than most sales go these days. If we saw a value pack being sold for 500 pearls, that would seem pretty cheap, but that's only a 67% off discount compared to the 75% off discount with these 1+1 pearls, making the value pack basically only 375 pearls. You can get 4 items for the price of 1 as long as you get the 1+1 pearl bundles and then wait for a 50% off sale. On top of that, because pearls are the only premium currency in BDO, you can buy pearls now for 50% off and then wait for a better sale later on to spend those pearls, since there's no expiry date for these pearls. Now that we know why the 1+1 pearl packs are so good, we'll talk about 3 main points that everyone should know when buying or thinking about buying these 1+1 pearl packs. These points are more catered towards lower spenders, but even whales can learn some important things. The first point is that PA is not silly and they know how much value these 1+1 pearl packs are. They also know that during this time period, lower and mid-range spenders are going to have an excess number of pearls from buying these packs. When players have an excess number of pearls, they will be a lot less critical on what they spend their pearls on. PA also know that the lower and mid-range spenders won't have as much experience with Pearl store deals since they don't buy and use pearls that often. Now, knowing all of this, PA isn't necessarily gonna scam anyone, but for the next month or two, they will definitely fluff their sales with items that players don't really need. One of the ways that PA does this is by adding in whale-centric items like premium outfit boxes or artisan's memories into items that lower spenders would want, like value packs, to increase the total price. They would then discount the pack by 50%, but the total price is still more expensive than just buying the value pack by themselves. Lower spenders would obviously rather prefer value packs be put by themselves for 50% off, instead of in a bundle with items that they may not actually want. A prime example of this is a sale being sold this week actually called the Festa Thanks for Playing pack. This is one of their highlighted sales with the exclusive name Thanks for Playing and text being a different color in-game. It is also one of the highest discounted pack in the Pearl store. Now theoretically, this isn't a bad pack. You are getting the value of pearls that they state, and even a little bit more as they don't value the bonus items. However, for newer players or lower and middle spending players, this pack just isn't very good. The reason is that lower spending players' main priority is just sustaining a value pack for as long as possible, maybe picking up a permanent account buff and perhaps an exclusive outfit or two. For them, getting premium outfit boxes to melt into crons or 150 stacks just isn't worth spending real life money on when you can just grind for silver and craft these things yourself. If we look at this bundle in terms of percent value, we can see that the total value is around 10,500 pearls, but the 15-day value pack, only being 750 pearls, takes up only 8% of this bundle's value. The Kama and Old Moon book only take 12% each, while the two premium outfit boxes take up to 68% of the entire bundle. This means that 68% of the pearls you spend when buying this bundle goes to the premium outfit boxes, and only 8% goes to the value pack. Only 8% going to the value pack is pretty low. The rest of the 92% of pearls isn't being completely wasted, but it is going into items that the lower spending player may not really prioritize. And that's really how PA gets you. This pack isn't awful in terms of value, and if you have an excess amount of pearls, 20,000 or even more, an amount you aren't used to having, this pack may seem a lot more tempting than it really should be. I will say that this pack is pretty good for higher spenders and whales who are willing to spend real money on outfits and crons, also known as silver equivalent items. For them though, they really look at this pack as if it were two premium outfit boxes, a 150 stack, and then bonus items, rather than a value pack centric pack. If that is how you look at this pack, then yeah, it's not bad, just not for players who don't spend a lot of money. But this is just one example of how PA may fluff up their deals, knowing that players have an excess number of pearls after this 1+1 sale. If we look at the previous Black Friday sale, where players weren't expected to have double the pearls from 1+1 boxes, we can see that if you used a 50% off coupon on the value pack, you could have gotten a 100-day value pack for only 3,400 pearls. This is obviously so much better than the previous pack we talked about, since it only sells the one item that you want rather than fluffing it up with random items. You get 180 days of value pack rather than 15 days, and it's less pearls. But that's basically it for this first warning. Don't spend your pearls on random fluff, especially since PA is going to release a lot of these fluffed packs, and it's very easy to waste pearls when you have a lot of them. Now, the second big point about these 1+1 packs is that PA is really trying their hardest to move away from these 1+1 pearl packs in sales that are around 75% off or more. I honestly did not expect PA to ever really release 1+1 pearl packs again, since they didn't release any for Black Friday, and the last time they released similar 1+1 pearl packs was during Heidel Ball around June. I honestly think the only reason they panic released 1+1 pearl packs after Black Friday is because it's nearing the year end, and even though companies do track their financials quarterly, year-end financials is still a pretty important thing that a lot of companies look at. You generally see a lot of sales during the end of the year, and it's not because companies are trying to be nice during the holidays, it's because they're likely trying to move inventory and bump up some numbers. On top of that, from what I can tell, unlike America, the Republic of Korea's fiscal year ends on December 31st, so Pearl Abyss, being a Korean company, end of the year is probably doubly as important. Because of this, it's very likely that PA is just pushing to meet some numbers, and the 1+1 Pro boxes aren't going to be coming for every small event like they did in the past couple of years. I would assume that the 1+1 Pro boxes are only going to be given out during Heidel and Calpheon balls, which is only twice a year at best. They may give them out for a huge event expansion, but we can only at best hope for twice a year and maybe only once a year. The end conclusion of this second part is that I don't expect 1+1 pearl boxes to come out that often, and it's doubly as important to save these pearls as a lower spending player and not to waste them on random things. At best, these 1+1 pearls need to last you for 6 months and at worst 1 year if you don't want to spend more money on full price pearls. So now that we know how good the 1+1 pearl boxes are, how easy it is to waste these pearls, and how this deal may become rarer in the future, the third point is to help lower spending players visualize how much pearls they really need to sustain a full year of playtime. If we only assume we're getting one 30-day value pack every month for a year, even if we got the value pack at 33% off, we would need 12,000 pearls to sustain the value pack for an entire year. This is basically all the pearls you're gonna get from the $60 1+1 pack. You get 13,200 pearls from the $60 pack, but do keep in mind you may not get every value pack at 33% off sale or more, so it will be pretty close. Basically, if you're only spending $60 and want to sustain a value pack for the entire year with these half off pearls, you won't be able to buy anything else for an entire year. This is not even that bad. If you have a tent and weight, a value pack is basically all you need to spend your pearls on, if even that. I personally don't even have any buff currently running on BDO. This is the worst case if you don't think that the 1+1 box is coming back. If you believe it'll come back during Heidel Ball, then you can probably get by with the $30 1+1 pack for 6 months, but you'll still need to re-up pearls in the Heidel Ball. The next items are gonna be the mainstay account upgrades that most people spend their pearls on. If you're spending $100 on the 1+1 packs, you can get a year of value pack 12,000, subtracted from the total of 23,000 pearls, giving you 11,000 pearl remainder, which you can spend on 4 different event outfits, which is pretty good. Basically, if you already have the tent, weight, and all the account upgrades, any pearl amount subtracting 12,000 from up to 44.6 thousand, depending on how much pearls you buy, will be the for fun money you can spend on outfits, storage expansions, or any of these smaller pearl shop items. If you are a newer player, there are just too many items here to afford even if you buy all the 1+1 boxes. For those players, I would recommend prioritizing the value pack, the premium tent, and then maybe 1 set of weight for a character. The other pearls you can use with whatever functional outfit if you're life skilling, or horse flute, and any other pearl item that you may want. Again, waiting for a big sale for the item you want and not wasting pearls on random fluff item is gonna be priority. But that's basically it for the 1+1 pearl boxes. The big conclusion is just not to waste your pearls on random things, even if it's very tempting. PA is going to be pushing out a lot of these random sales that may tempt you into wasting pearls, but just be more critical of these sales even with the extra pearls. I will try to make videos on sales up until the holidays and a bit after, but most of it is going to be up to the player to be very critical of these sales and only buy what they need. A lot of people think that because I make these pearl shop videos, I spend a lot of money on this game. But I haven't bought pearls in quite a long time, and I currently don't have any buffs, including value packs running. Part of why I make these videos is that if I lose any small amount of pearl value, it hurts a lot more because I don't really spend that much money. If I were a big whale that bought out the entire store every week, I really wouldn't care if I wasted a little bit of value. With that being said, if money is tight during the holiday season, you don't really need to spend any money on a video game, and this isn't even a new game you're buying, it's an already existing one. Definitely only spend money to what you can afford. Now, with all of that, we'll quickly go over the current Pearl Store sales. As I said earlier in this video, most of these sales are going to be extremely fluffed up for whales, so we'll just go over the decent sales first and then all the whale sales. For the top sales, it's obviously going to be the tent first, as that's one of the permanent quality of life sales that you can buy only with pearls. Being 25% off is honestly not that bad for the tent, and it's even better if you can get it with the double pearls. Moving on to the weight, it's also not bad. 30% off isn't the highest that I've seen, but it's honestly not a bad pickup. Just like the tent, it's a permanent account upgrade, so pretty good as long as you don't reroll characters that often. The life pack is actually pretty good, but do keep in mind that you can't choose all of the functional clothes, only from the set 2200 cost ones. Because of that, you definitely cannot get the kanape cooking clothes from this box. This would only be if you want to do farming, alchemy and processing, or maybe fishing. The last two 30% off sales aren't bad. Okay if you need these items, though most people can easily go without them. Next, we have the Omega Whale sales. These are all basically just buying crons or artisans with pearls, which is the exact same thing as buying silver with pearls. Obviously, you can grind silver free to play, so this section is only going to be for the higher spending players. The first pack we already went over is going to be the things for playing pack. With this go over, we included the bonus items in the pearl value also, as it is not included in PA's valuation. It's honestly not bad, as if you value all the bonus items, it's 76% off, but that's only if you value the 150 stack at 6,600 pearls. Higher level stacks are becoming a lot more common, so I may lower the price of them soon, but for now they're still the same as usual. This pack isn't the worst if you need the 20 loot scrolls and buffs along with the crons, but just know that this pack is mostly for the crons and stacks, the others are just bonuses. Next are the cron packs, first being the Festa 10th Anniversary Supremium Outfit Box. The big one for this is that if you're buying this pack for the crons, selecting the 1000 crons as the bonus is definitely going to be better than the outfit box, as you only get 993 crons per outfit. However, if you're selling it for silver, you obviously cannot sell the crons. The artisans are also lower in value in terms of pearl value compared to the 1000 crons, since 150 artisans is only about 3000 pearls. The big question is if you value a 170 stack over the 1000 crons. I personally would definitely say that it's worth more, but it's always going to be up to the player which one to pick. No matter what, you're getting the 150 stack, so that's not really too big of a deal. At best, if you value the stacks a high amount, it can be close to a 63% off for this pack, but if you value stacks lower, it'll be closer to PA's valuation at 50% off. Not bad, but it is just crons, so nothing special for 50% off. That's the same idea for the next two cron packs. If you value the stacks at 0, it will be exactly what PA values them as, and if you value the stacks, it'll be closer to what the pack plus bonus items valuation is. The next two packs are even less special, since they are crons and stacks at even lower discounts. This is the exact same thing also for the enhancement pack, as its only difference is that PA does not value the Advice of Valk's 90 stacks or memory fragments. With all of those, it can be an okay pack, but still pretty much only for whales and not for the general player. Now, the Artisans packs comparatively are actually a bit fun. You can choose between getting Artisans at half off, or buying Artisans at 35% off but rolling 3 Mystical Artisans memory bundles. On average, these bundles give about 634 pearl value per bundle, which can make the RNG choice better by about 1%. On average, you will be getting 7,902 pearl value for the cost of 3,900 pearls, which is a 51% discount instead of 50%. That being said, even though the average amount of pearls you get per pack is 634, you have a 66% chance of getting less than this average and a 33% chance of getting more, so you are still definitely taking a risk. Even though the RNG method is more fun, I would still probably go for the safer option of a guaranteed 50% off, since the risky method is only adding an extra 102 pearls on average but includes RNG. Still though, at least the artisans are way more interesting in terms of finding out which one to buy compared to the Cronstone bundles. More risk with a slightly more reward versus a guaranteed 50% off. Next up is the Daily Enhanced Support Pack. This pack is actually not that bad as it contains an enhancement aid box, which is a 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10 stack, which is about a 300 to 400 pearl value. In terms of main item choice, the Crons is definitely better than the Artisans. However, the Dim Origins of Dark Hungers, some people do value 2 of these closer to 1000 pearls, instead of the 790 pearl value that the Crons are. If you prefer Dim Origins of Dark Hungers, then definitely choose those, but some people also do value those less than Crons, so it's really up to you. After all of these whale packs, the next 2 are just training items being put on sale. Really nothing that special, they do have nice bonus items, but it's only if you're very passionate about trading. For the first item pick box, I would say Mount All skill training coupons are probably the best to pick in terms of value, tied with the Heytes. The Mount Experience Scrolls are also similar value, but not as satisfying to buy in my opinion. The bonus items do increase the pearl value, but those are mostly temporary items, so only get them if you're super interested in training. Finally, we have the Festa Returning Adventure exclusive pack, which is only for people who haven't played the game in a while to get the Returning Adventure tag, which is around 30 days or 720 hours. Now, the bonus items do bring it up to greater than 50% off, closer to 70% off, but I don't really see who this is going to be for. Most people who haven't played BDO in an entire month are unlikely going to be spending 5,000 pearls on crons and some bonus items. Sure, the 150 stack and other buffs bring its value up, but I still probably wouldn't recommend it for most people. But that's basically it for this video. The most important sales are going to be the 1+1 Pearl bundle, which is really nice for people who are going to be buying pearls in the future. Even though the rest of the sales are pretty much fluff to try and get you to spend all the bonus pearls, there are some okay ones like the tent being put on sale and some life skill costumes on sale. If you need some of those items, there are definitely some things worth it to pick up in those. For most people though, I would recommend picking up the 1+1 Pearl bundles and then saving those pearls for when a really good sale comes on for items that you really need. Either way though, I hope you all enjoyed this video and I hope to see you all next time.